Get that jacket on it. Hello. It was 30 degrees and sunny yesterday, wasn't it? And now it's grey and raining. But today we are doing this L-shaped kitchen, and one of my oldest and most talented friends, James, has said he'll help me. Oldest as in length of time being friend, not that he's 60 years old. So today we're going to do start with the cabinets, and we've been to IKEA and got a bunch of METODs. And they're super cheap. They're like 25 quid each, so it's a really cheap way of sort of structuring out the kitchen, really. And they come in 400mm and 600mm widths. So the plan is, at the moment, is got a 400 one here. We've got a corner one, which is, I think, just how much was the corner one? Is it 1200 roughly? Yeah. In length? Yeah. So we've got a corner one that stretches along here, which is about 1260mm. Another 400, then we've got a 600. So we're going to have to trim down the 600mm one and the corner one just to make sure it all fits. Instructions.
Stop making it pissed.
Logistical layout plans have slightly changed. So we had initially planned to put a 400mm there, the corner bit there, 400 there, and then trim down a 600 for the fridge. However, and this is only 500 deep, so we're going to have to cut down the depths of the units on this side, which was a bit of a problem. But then if they come out 600mm, that meant we didn't have enough room for the fridge. So we've changed it slightly. We're going to have a 400 here, 400 here, so 2 lots of drawers. Trim down this corner piece this way, and then have the fridge here instead, and then trim it down to 500. The only thing means that we're going to have to slightly trim down this by a few centimetres. But it all fits now. So that's good, isn't it? So first we're putting up some battening up here along the lengths, so that we've got something to basically attach the units to, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's the corner unit. That's going to go in the corner of the van, obviously. And this is how we're trimming it down. So we're adjusting the depth, so cutting the length of these sides, and then trimming it down this way as well. This 600 depth stays the same, but then we're trimming it down. So this is the bottom piece, just facing, that'll be up where the back is. So we're gonna have to trim it down this way, and then trim it down this way. James is hiding from the rain underneath. Yeah. Goodbye, cool world. It smells like IKEA all of a sudden. Shortened, and then cut a new ridge. You call that a ridge, wouldn't you?
No.
No. What would you call that? So as we said, that is staying 600mm wide, and then we're making this 400 to fit the 400 door that I have. So we've just spent a very long time.
Oh, come on.
It was a very long time, wasn't it? We were trying to work out how to make this 600 a 400, and making sure that we weren't compromising this middle section. And after loads of calculations, it is literally as simple as just taking 200mm off the end, isn't it? Both of us were racking our brains for ages, but yeah, we got it. So yeah, we're going to shorten this down 200mm to make it a 400mm and a 600mm cabinet. All right. So obviously after we've cut this down, we've lost some of the holes in that were originally in the floor for things like the feet and stuff. So we're just clamping on the bit we chopped off, so you can see where it all fell, and use them as a guide to cut some new holes. Cut some new holes, drill some new holes, whatever. It's going in. So we've used a bit of masking tape there, just to make sure that it doesn't drill too deep.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not.
Bit like
New holes.
voila.
They're only for feet, aren't they? These?
Yeah.
Yeah. Only feet. So now, we've trimmed the bottom piece here. We've trimmed this bottom piece trimmed both these side bits just to the depth. So now I've got the task of just basically putting together IKEA furniture. So I'm not really going to film that because everyone knows how to do that. I'm going to do this though. There you go. So that's the corner bit. So we've got a 600 that we've trimmed down to 490 that James is currently building there. I want to fit on the end. Then we've got two 400s unaltered that we're going to put there and there. So I've fastened it to the batten using the little thingies that come with the unit. And then we've got the adjusted 600 going to sit on the end of there. So we're clamping the two together to make sure that they're level before we fasten this one to the batten. And you said we were going to put the hinges in place first, so we could use the hinges to hide the screws, right?
Yes.
Clever. That's a little bit of pro advice there. You can see here the feet are adjustable. Just having to make sure they're all level.
Hopefully I got it right this time.
Right, so we've got two 400s to make. So we're going to have a little race to see who can build them. See who can build them first. I want my money's on me. Right.
3, 2. Well, I guess for 2 of the one.
Scrapping challenge.
Go.
It's only 5 o'clock and it is getting very grey. So we've fixed the two 400s together. Got the feet on. Just making sure they're all the same height. Unfortunately, after a bit of an inspection, some new information has come to light with regards to the method race. James has used the wrong screws on his, therefore is disqualified. Oh, he's putting his earmuffs on so he can't hear me. The award for the most bland IKEA instruction manual goes to whatever that is. So look, we've got all 4 METODs in. A little spacer here, which comes with this corner bracket because obviously the cabinet's coming out and then the drawers have to come out as well, so they can't bang into each other. What we've done here is packed out this joint here. So because the batten bows slightly, we made sure this was a 90 degrees. And then so that meant that this side was closer to the batten than this side. So we've packed it out here using a bit of wood, just to make sure that it's a 90-degree angle. And I mean, that on its own costs about 100 quid. They're what, 25 quid each, roughly? And so obviously with the price of like timber at the moment, pretty good way of laying out your kitchen. It's just started pissing it down. So we're gonna go get some dinner and then we're gonna do the rest tomorrow. So here we are, day 2. You have to forgive my voice. We had a few too many beers last night. So units are in place. Today we're going to do the worktop, the edge panels. We're going to trim down my bench a little bit just so that it fits, because I see we've had to come along a little bit a bit too much. And then I'm going to build the drawers and the cupboard. Now, as I said yesterday, these units are a really good way of saving money. This is about 100 quid for all these units. However, I did the classic thing in IKEA where I happened to see the drawers and cabinets that in the exact same colour that I wanted, so I ended up picking drawers, picking cupboards, got the worktop, and ended up basically getting my entire kitchen from IKEA, to be honest. I'm not going to mention how expensive it was. I'm super happy with it, but it was quite expensive. So if you want to see how much it was, you'll have to go to my the van spend page on my my website, because I'm not gonna utter it here. But yeah, today that's the plan. Oh, and we're also going to do the kickboards as well. Yeah, beers. I'm making drawers and eating Greggs. And we're doing edge panels. Mr. James is taking 100mm off the edge board, the edge panel for this, because obviously we trimmed some off. Hey look, little overhang for the drawers. Edge panels are in. Ooh, nice. Now look what time it is. It's the big one. So this is a veneer, isn't it?
Yep.
Oak. The outer layer is oak, but then inside it's sort of a cheaper material, so it's a bit lighter and cheaper.
Still heavy.
But it's still heavy, yeah. So I'm gonna say we for now, need to chop this in half. And what James was explaining to me yesterday, which took me a ridiculously long time to figure out, is you can't just chop it straight and then have it at a 90-degree angle, because it's got this little radius edge thing. So was it at 45 you're going to cut it?
Yeah, I need to check that, but yes, potentially.
You'll see. So you can see in this cross section, look, that's the layer of oak, and that's a cheapie. So now we're going to take off this edge to make it a bit shallower. They have been cut, but look, you can see what I mean. If you rest it at 95, there's this little ridge. But yes, use some excess for a little, what would you call that, little splashback board thing. We're going to stick with the right angle actually, because it doesn't look too bad, and it's just a lot less work. It looks pretty flippin' neat to me. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So just need to fasten it down by going under here and fasten it to these metal beams. Right.
Enough now.
We are marking the holes for this, well, the hole for the sink. It's a bit of a narrow gap. How wide was the sink again, sorry? 404?
404, yeah. I think.
So it's going to overhang a little bit into this one. But then also we've got some obstacles underneath to avoid, such as this metal rod. And then fit in the tap. It's a bit of a squeeze, but it should fit.
But that looks about right.
Yep.
Where are you?
So yeah, look, main cuts with the saw, and then using a handsaw just to come up to the corners. Hello, look at that.
That way up.
Yeah. Drilling a hole for the tap. Hello. Hole for sink, but because there's not much length on this to be able to screw it in from the other side, James has done a slightly bigger hole on the underside so that I can get access to it and screw it into place. So the last one is the space for the hob, and luckily the Thetford hob has come with the jig, so know how big a hole to drill to you know, cut. That's good, isn't it? But that's nice, isn't it? So we have to cut this wonky shape because, and then these little holes here are where the hob is fastened down. Hello. Hey up.
I think that's on the wall.
I don't think it is.
No, you're right, it's not.
Holes. Now we just need to put on the kickboard. This is the kickboard. We just need to cut it in 3 for 1, 2, 3 at the bottom, and it just clips on these legs.
Ready, that one down.
Yar. Easy. Ooh, lovely. So now we just need to adjust this guy, put it back in. So all I need to do now is fit the cupboard doors, put the drawers in, and then just fit everything in place. I'm going to do that tomorrow because I'm so tired. I'm still hungover. Me. Whew. It's absolutely boiling here today, and I'm not hungover, so that's good. So today I just need to basically take all the credit and finish it off. So I just need to basically just fit all of the runners to the inside of these doors, and fit the drawers themselves, fit the cupboard on here, set the sink, hob, and the tap. Ooh, and I'm going to put a tiny layer of silicone down here, just to so you can't notice the gap as much. And then kitchen will be done. Right, so first up I'm gonna get these rails in for the drawers. There we go, rails in. So before I put the drawers in, I'm gonna put the sink and the hob in first. Save that till the end. Exciting. Right, so the first thing I'm going to install is this mixer tap. Although it is a mixer tap and takes hot and cold, I'm only going to be having cold water, so both pipes will be feeding cold water. I'll obviously go through the plumbing process when I actually come around to do plumbing, but for now I'm just going to put it into place. So the first step is to screw the hot and cold straight to the bottom. Hopefully that's tight enough. We'll find out when water starts coming through it. Next it's got this thing that screws in the bottom, which maybe I might have had to have put on first because I don't think the bolt's going to fit through. Damn it! Right, let's try that again. Feed these through here, like so, then screw them into place. Right, then this screws in, like so. And then got one of these rubber boys, goes over the top, and then it goes into the hole. I'm going to turn it this way slightly, and then it's simply a case of screwing these in underneath. So you can see why now we've drilled a hole a bit bigger, just to allow some purchase on this side. So washer, and then, oh no, it doesn't fit. So this doesn't fit over the end of both of those, so I'm going to have to unscrew them again. Feed them all through. Right, so everything is loose. Press that there, get the end bits on, like so, then get the second one, feed that through here, it can drop down if it wants. Right, that's up there. There's a little bracket there where it won't screw past. Through. I'm going to tie it loosely because obviously I'm putting the sink in place here, so. Oh. And then that just comes up. There you go. So once the sink's in place, I'll tighten this properly. So let's do the sink. So next I'm going to fit my sink, which is this bad boy. It's 400 by 300 by 200 meters. And it should just fit in place with some, I've got some sealant / adhesive that's clear. Just going to do a thin bead around the outside of this. And then just drop the sink in place. It's important not to do too thick a bead, otherwise it will squirt out as you press it down. Just did exactly what I said not to do and did a little bit too much, so I've just wiped it up with a bit of kitchen roll. Looks nice. So yeah, I'll just let that dry. Whilst I've got the sealant out, I'm going to do this line here. So I'm just going to put a bit of masking tape either side, very close together, and then just put a strip of sealant down the middle. Done. So I'll just let that dry as well. Might as well do the hob in the meantime. So here's my hob. I spent a little bit more money on this. It's a Thetford hob, and it's designed for caravans. It's supplied by 12 volts, and also you can see these are actually screwed down. So when you're driving, they don't just pop off. Everything's sort of fixed down and sturdy. It should be a really simple installation. Simply just got 4 screw holes, and then it comes with some bolts that you fit underneath. So let's fit it in place. Just flip. And it's just a case of me taking one of these, and then just takes a washer and a thingy. I don't know what you call these. There we go. Boom, in place, nice and sturdy. Just going to put all my drawers in place now. There we go, cupboard in, drawers in. Now it's time for something that I've been looking forward to for ages. Ooh, yes. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Entry. Get in. Nice. There you have it. Finished kitchen. Check this out. Oh yeah. So fridge is going to go here. Grey water tank's going to go under here, and I've got some space under there as well. I'm going to have a little portable toilet that I'll store in there. And yeah, so I mean, now I just need to find someone who's willing to hook up the gas, and then I need to start looking into plumbing. So those will be the next things on my list, I guess. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. See you again soon.